Number 9. Mastering the mantra technique 40 minutes. When it is time to meditate, we choose our favorite sitting position. Some may like to sit on the floor cross-legged. Some prefer the comfort of the chair or the cushion. However, everyone would sit with the back upright 90 degrees in the same straight line with the neck to be totally vertical 90 degrees. Now we shall allow the entire body to relax. One of the simple ways to have a more relaxing body is to leave it idle by not using any single part of the body to do anything. We shall leave the body parts idle. Leave them as they are, and slowly they will gain the feeling of comfort and relaxation gradually. What we may expect from doing this is that the body will become comfortable in itself over some time, which means we shall not rush to relax. We shall rather wait to relax. Let's breathe deeply, slowly in to feel more relaxed. It can be a little more, but it is better than before. In the entire process of meditation, we shall never rush at all, especially in the process of the mind. Everything is really slow. Now we observe a slower mind. Also, a simple way to have a more relaxing mind is by not using the mind to do anything. by allowing the mind to slow down. By observing this slow mind, we have given the mind a chance to become idle. It may seem a bit new to some of us, but if we really allow it to slow down without struggling to be relaxed, finally the mind will become relaxed. Now both body and mind, they share the same feeling, that is a feeling of relaxation. It can be a little at the beginning, but by letting them become idle continuously, the feeling of relaxation will grow slowly, but it is ongoing. We shall enjoy more and more feeling of relaxation, better and better. During this calm moment, let us breathe deeply in, feeling the warmth of the breath passing the throat, passing the lungs, vertically down to the abdomen. The breathing doesn't end at the lungs. It comes past the lungs into the abdomen. That is why the stomach expands when we breathe really deeply into the body. The deep end of the breath will come into the middle of the abdomen. It will make an upward U-turn in the middle of the stomach. That U-turn corner where the in-breath turns out breath, we might have heard this is the turning point of the breath. Feel the moment the in-breath comes to this turning corner in the middle of the abdomen. The awareness of the mind feels the turning point of the breath. We breathe this time deeply in to touch the turning point, the place where the awareness of the mind feels peace. Now the awareness of the mind gets in touch with this turning point, the center corner, the center space. Let the awareness of the mind stay quietly with its own stillness. some moment, for some of us, we may lose the awareness of the mind, or the mind is lost somewhere. One of the techniques that help us to focus on one thing is the use of the mantra. The mantra will be repeated again and again with some simple techniques. The mantra is not meant to provide any meaningful message, so we shall not mind the meaning of the language of the mantra we repeat. We only let the mantra soothe our inner feelings that will be more peaceful within ourselves. The voice we choose for the mantra is Samma Arahang. And we don't have to look for the message or the meaning. We only repeat Samma Arahang to soothe our inner beings. It will sound in our quiet mind like this. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. It might not be similar in the pronunciation of your language. Let it be something similar, something like this. It is fine, because it is not meant to be a linguistic emphasis. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Let the sound echo from the center of the body. The turning point of the breath is the center of the body. Now, let's combine the sound of the mantra with the center space. Let it echo from the center space in the middle of the abdomen. Let's do that together just now. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. The inner voice echoes from the center space. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. It is soothing to the quiet mind. This is how we combine the mantra, the peace at the center space. We shall, if we wish, repeat the mantra like this without any search for the meaning, search for the end. We just repeat the mantra at ease, and we shall feel that the mind will become at peace. Let's do so for more repeats of the mantra. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Let them echo again and again in this more quiet, more peaceful mind at the body center. Soon enough, the feeling of peace will grow in the volume. May we repeat in our own quiet mind. The repetition of this soft, beautiful sound of the mantra in our own quietness. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Let's continue so in our own peaceful state of the mind. For some of us, at certain point of time, the sound of the mantra may fade away or mute itself, leaving alone the mind amid the volume of peace energy. Please let that be. The soft sound of the mantra is just a vehicle to bring the awareness of the mind to the right place. When the mind has arrived at the right place, we may forget the mantra because it has done the job. It may not be necessary to come back to the mantra anymore. We continue with the present feeling of peace at the body center, and while peace energy is growing, we are even more quietly still. We shall not make an effort to recall that muted sound. Let it mute itself for good. The awareness of the mind enjoys the huge volume of peace energy without the sound. Let the mind stay in the quiet, deep volume of peace. The mind would be still, silent in the depth of the peace energy, with or without the sound at all. Now that the mind has been in the abundant volume of peace energy for quite some time, it has absorbed this pure peace energy in it, and we have a very deep feeling of peace. When we are about to come out of this deep feeling, we shall do it slowly. We may hear the sound that is outside us. We may feel the soft wind, the air that passes our skin. We may swallow our saliva. We may wet our lips. We can feel the warmth of the breathing back again. Before we open our eyes, we could still feel strong sense of peacefulness in the body center. The moment we open up the eyes, please make sure that the awareness of the mind is still in touch firmly with the body center. Now we breathe a warm, deep breath in to confirm the mind at the turning point, very peaceful. And when we breathe out, we may slowly open the eyes to feel also the peaceful world outside. We confirm that the mind is still inside amid the big volume of peace.